All right, so we welcome you to Quebedeaux. I just realized once again, Coach, I've had the mute button on again. So when you look down and that light is not green, we're in trouble. So welcome on out. We're going to start all over. Welcome on out to Quebedeaux Cajun Cafe, the home of some of the best cooked food this side of Cajunville, wherever Cajunville is. Coach Chef John Valenzuela has making sure that we have some wonderful food, including some amazing chicken cracklings we were just talking about. You didn't get to hear it the first time because we were muted on the live stream, but we welcome you in. We're not going to make sure that mute button doesn't get muted at the wrong times from here on out. Got the right picture in here. Come on out and join us for a great menu. If you wear your Rebels gear tonight, you'll get a nice selection of foods that you can appreciate. So, kind of got to recap again. Sorry about that, Coach.
Go ahead. Let me warm up a little bit.
Yeah, we got a chance to get the words out. Maybe we can get them back. So Friday night we traveled to Leesville and took on the Wampus Cats in the Wampanoag. Hey, one thing that surprised me, they didn't have the motorcycles at the beginning like they have for many years. Have you seen the motorcycle entrance that they do?
I don't believe so. I don't think I've experienced that.
Well, I've heard.
Thank goodness they decided not to do it the other night.
Well, they have a cannon, which they fire, but we're used to the cannon, so that didn't scare us as much. I saw some of their people get scared by the cannon, so I guess I don't know if it's new to them or not, but traveled down to play a very talented team that has a young man, number 24, Xavier Ford, who really put on a show like he was expected to do, but Rebels held him to, I would call it an average production night. He didn't have an exemplary night against our Rebel defense.
Yeah, we it took us a couple series there in the first quarter to kind of get adjusted to him and to what they do, and to their credit, they did a good job there right off the bat. And once our defense got settled in and our defensive staff was able to draw on the dry erase board a little bit, we settled in and they really kept us in the game and gave us a chance going into the second half to come back.
So the Wampus Cats had the ball to start the contest, and they came out in a Wildcat formation. Xavier Ford was running the quarterback, and it was pretty much run, snap the ball, run, off to the right most of the time, it looked like.
He was running towards their sidelines.
Yeah, exactly. So I was up in the press box seeing him coming my way every time. And then they spread him out at wide receiver, brought the quarterback in. I think number 16 is his number, and had Ford spread out wide. And then, sure enough, he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. They're up 7-0. Pineville gets the ball, unfortunately unable to really get the wheels going, and we have to punt it back to them. They take over still in the first quarter, and they score on a 14-yard touchdown pass to their number 27, so they're up 14-0. Rebels get the ball, able to move it a little bit better on the second possession, but then we did have a turnover on downs, about 5 minutes left in that quarter. The nice thing was there, though, on that third possession for the Wampus Cats, we forced them to, I think it was a 3-and-out, definitely forced the punt. And Rebels then were able to respond to that in a nice 23-yard touchdown for number 4 for the Rebels. Landon Grimes. I'm making sure I had that right. I had it written down, but I want to make sure that was right.
It was on the fourth down as well.
That's a big deal.
So it is.
So tell us about that. Why do you choose to throw it on fourth down? It
just
felt like the right play.
It just felt like the right play. We felt like they were gonna blitz and that we could get behind them, and that's what happened. It was, you don't want to be predictable, so everybody and their brother thought we were going to run it, so we threw it over their heads.
And I don't remember if Aiden Tate was in the game there or on that particular player.
He was.
That's everybody's thinking.
Just
you're going to hand off to 23, right?
That's right.
Well, and Grimes was wide open. It was a perfectly executed play into the end zone for the touchdown. But the very next play after the kickoff, I think, was that big 53-yard touchdown scamper that Ford had, and so they're up 20-6 in the first quarter. What I really like, though, is that the second quarter, according to my sheets, I may have it wrong, but no scores were allowed against Leesville. We stopped them every single time, including their last possession of the second quarter on a 4th and 2, and they handed off to Ford. And what happens? No first down.
Yeah, our defense did a good job there. We did something that we don't typically do this year. We slowed down a little bit in the second quarter. We felt like the game was just going too fast.
Right.
So it was important to slow it down a little bit, and that's what really held us in the game and got it to the second half.
Well, we were having to do for 446 Sports, we were told that their due to an exclusive contract with another streaming service, we were not able to stream the video of the game, so I was bringing audio only. And somewhere in that second quarter, I pushed a wrong button on a brand new software I've never used before, and the graphic is the St. Mary's game. And then now I'm looking at the graphic, I'm like, I'm on the wrong channel. Like, well, no, I'm on the same channel I started on. And so for those of you who are watching the game, I think by now you're used to Nathan making mistakes. It just happens. And got the graphic back, and then the final play of that of the first half was a pass into the end zone. I think that was the final play, wasn't it? The Kilmari and Phillips.
Basically, the next to last play, but
right.
We took a shot there and just didn't
and
work
it sure
out for
looked
us.
good, though. I mean, you get the fourth down stop, and then you come back, and Kilmari, and they're a sophomore young player who ends up being our player of the game. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. But had that shot, and I've got a feeling we're going to see some more shots in his direction.
He's the sky's the limit for him. I know we're going to talk about him in a minute, but I just want to say he might have missed that pass, but there's going to be many, many other big touchdown strikes in his career. You've only seen the tip of the iceberg for him.
Well, we expect good things out of seniors and juniors and leadership, but you've got a couple of sophomores there that are contributing in a big way, both him and Carter, the quarterback. What do you attribute that youthfulness to?
We have a really nice senior class this year. They've really stepped up on leading the team, and there's some a lot of our players on Friday nights are in that class, but we have a good balance of grades 10, 11, and 12, and we're just fortunate that I attribute all of our positives to our senior class and their leadership. We're fortunate that these young guys get to be around them. They get to rub off on them a little bit, and that's how legacies are made, and so I attribute it to our senior class.
Well, I go back to the week before the Tioga game, and we talked about that. To me, I called it a legacy game because it was such a huge win against a crosstown rival. I've been corrected that that's not the Red River rivalry, courtesy of Randy James, who lets me know that I had the name wrong. That's the Ash game, right, that's coming up later in the season. So we've got to come up with a name for the Tioga game because you're right. We didn't cross the Red River to go there, so there's no crosstown rivals, I guess is what it is. I had a name last year. I'll have to see if I can find that graphic, but still that legacy building game, and then we're talking about these sophomores and their contribution. Carter Smith had a really nice game the other night, as well as Kilmari and Phillips, and we're going to bring him in just a minute. Let's talk about a couple of the other big deals. The play of the game was that 4th and 2nd stop, and do you remember who was in on that stop, or was it a gang tackle? Off the top of my head, I can't, just because I knew that they had their big running back in, and chances are not good on 4th and 2 that anybody's going to stop him. I was happy that we did, and it was a good call, and the players executed it to perfection, and it was a good deal all around. According to my notes, we actually had 2 4th down turnovers on Leesville in the second quarter. And, I look at that. Had we scored that final play of the first – well, not the final play, but just about the final play of the first half, we would be down by 1 score. And then we come out, we receive the ball to start the second half, and we score on that drive. Aiden Tate caps off a nice long drive that started at our 25, so a 75-yard drive capped off with a 6-yard touchdown run by Tate. And at that point, had we gotten that other score, where's a tie game? Tie game, yep. That's margin of error to win a big game like that is razor thin. I mean, it's a 2-touchdown swing, and in the blink of an eye, but. We're getting better at controlling our own destiny. In years past, to go down 14 quick points like that, it might not have turned out like that. But our guys have the fortitude to fight back now, and we've seen that several times this year. And I'm proud of them for clawing and scratching back. And there's a couple coulda, woulda, shouldas in there. If we caught this, if we'd have got this stop, we'd have done this or that, but
that's football, and we're learning and we're growing in front of our eyes. So the proof is in the video. It's not just me preaching it, anymore. So I'm proud of them.
Well, you're definitely right, and that is football. That's how it works. The ball is not perfectly round, and it bounces in funny directions sometimes. But nevertheless, to see, I had said early in the season, we always have an LAC keys of the game before the game starts, and I had commented in the first couple of games that reacting to adversity was going to be big. How we respond to, whether it's a pick six or some type of big play that the other team capitalizes on, how do we respond to that? And I have not seen a letdown at all this season of these young men. They are not quitting, even if a big play happens on the other side of the field.
That just goes back to what I sound like a broken record, but our senior class, they won't let them. They won't let them quit because they're not quitting. They're leading by example, and I know those guys it means a lot to them.
Well, we've got Coach Bryant Bell here at the Bryant Bell Show at Quebedeaux's Cajun Cafe. We invite you to come on out. You still got time to wear your Get Rebels gear and get that wonderful menu. I know Randy James is over there, and he ordered off of it, and Coach Jamison Brown's there, and he's ordering off of it. Some other folks are here taking advantage of that. So come on out and get that good menu. By the way, I do want to point out we have mentioned Kelmari, and we're going to bring his graphic about him in a minute. But I also want to point out the Lineman of the Week is a new thing we've started this year, and the Outstanding Lineman Award for Week 4, it goes to number 77, Elias Sellers. He had a great game the other night, and we definitely want to talk about him. Coach, what made you pick him as the lineman of the game? Just
the way he, the way he blocked. I mean, obviously the way he blocked in a dominant way the other night. And, he's our anchor in a lot of ways and a lot of things. And, he's the epitome of who we are as a team. I mean, he didn't start playing football until his freshman year, and he's come a long way physically, emotionally, mentally in 4 years. And we wouldn't have a chance to go for a winning non-district record, on Friday night if it wasn't for him. And
well, Cameron Perry got it the week before. Elias Sellers, both these young men are providing huge blocks, which is one of the reasons Aiden Tate and Mr. Mix are having big seasons.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna, no matter how good you are, you're not gonna perform without guys blocking for you, and they don't get enough credit as it is. And so I'm glad that 446 and you guys have done an awesome thing of recognizing these guys every week. Whoever's idea that was,
right.
Kudos to them.
Well, I'm excited about it. Being a big guy myself, I was the tuba player in the band at the halftime show, so I know what big guys don't get attention unless they do something wrong. And so we definitely want to credit these guys each week. And every week we'll be looking for another Express Pros Outstanding Lineman Award. Could be offense, could be defense. And I tell you, for us at 446 Sports, these are the guys in the trenches that we believe deserve a lot of credit. It's easy to give it to the guy who scores 4 touchdowns or gets the 76-yard bomb or, makes the pick six, and those are exciting plays. But it's the man who grinds in and out, doesn't get called for flags or for holding or gets the penetration and puts the pressure on the quarterback on the other side. That you don't always see that in stats, but they're very important things. So we're excited to do that. So Elias Sellers being our playman of the week, the outstanding lineman. They call it the you had one job award, and linemen kind of have one job. If you're an offensive lineman, you've got one job. If you're a defense, so congratulations to Elias. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to invite Kelmari Phillips to come join us here at the table and chat with this sophomore, this rising star, to talk about his excitement playing for Coach Bryant Bell and the Rebels and what he sees in the future. And so coming back with more right after this. Stick around. This is the Coach Bryant Bell Show on 446 Sports.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
We've all seen how quickly things can change. Everything from the world around us to the cost of things we use on a daily basis. That's why we all need someone in our corner to keep our family protected while still watching out for our pocketbook. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. There's no better time than now to complete an insurance review to make sure you're properly covered and not paying too much. Whether it's in our office, at your home, or your place of business, let us help you find peace of mind. If you're in need of your insurance checkup, whether auto, home, or life, talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our
Welcome back to Quebedeaux's Cajun Cafe, the home of some of the best chicken cracklings you'll ever taste. And the coach and I think we're about halfway through that plate.
That's right.
By the time the show's over, we'll probably be gone. And we're excited to be joined right now by Kilmarian Phillips, number 6, who was the player of the week for us, the receiving that award. In fact, now we had something funny about that, Kilmarian, is that the picture that I received from Provine for number 6 wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was somebody else. And so we had to go back in and kind of change things around a little bit. But I want to see if I can pull that picture up. The Player of the Week award goes to Kilmarian Phillips. As you can see, picture unavailable. But he is live right here with us right now. And we're excited to have you here, Kilmarian. Thank you for joining us for the show.
Hey, thank you.
All right, very good. So as we talk about this game on Friday night, Coach had texted me. We always kind of collaborate over the player of the game, and he really liked your numbers of Friday night against Leesville. Tell me how that game felt to you as a player.
I mean, we had ups and downs and stuff like that, but we knew we had to hang on strong. So I knew I had to be a leader. I'm a sophomore. I know I had to be a leader, and at least try to catch the ball and get as much yards as I can, so we can at least keep it as a tempo. So we can, help defense out and defense help us out.
Well, as you look at, I love hearing you saying be a leader because that's the kind of thing that, Coach Bell is talking to the guys, trying to get it in your mind all the time.
He'll get on their butt. The senior, doesn't matter. He'll let you know how it is if you're slacking.
All right, so as we were talking about that, you had 10 receptions for 68 yards. And are those numbers right? That's the numbers I've got.
Yes, sir.
So 10 for 68. That means that you had quite a few targets. Are you used to getting that many thrown your way?
All the time.
You're asking for more, right?
All the time.
Feed me. So what's the kind of – now, and I don't remember where you line up most. Are you on the outside or are you in the slot?
I'm a true slot, but sometimes, they like to use my speed. So sometimes it all depends on if we need big situations. Mm-hmm. He'll bump me out outside, but usually I'm a true slot.
Okay. Do you ever run that wide receiver screen that they run sometimes?
Sometimes, yes, sir.
Sometimes, yeah. So other folks need to be watching number 6 wherever you line up.
Yes, sir.
You're not a freebie for anybody, even though you're a sophomore.
Yes, sir.
So how long have you been playing football?
I've been playing football since I was 8.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Long time. You came up through Red River football?
Yeah, Red River.
Yeah. So that's a great learning experience for all the young people. Do have a lot of your teammates come up that way?
Yes, sir. I played football, Red River football with TJ, Travis Edwards.
Right.
He a cornerback, defensive quarterback class of 2027. So I played with him when we was playing for Red River. So.
Well, and that's another sophomore that's out there making a big contribution, TJ. I need to look through my list and see how many sophomores there are. Does it feel like extra weight on you being an underclassman and being a starter?
Oh, no. I was a freshman last year, and I was getting a couple reps as a freshman, so now it's just kind of easy, being a sophomore, just getting the reps, and it's just backyard football at this point.
Backyard football,
yes,
I love
sir.
it. So, speed, who's the fastest receiver on the Pineville Rebels?
I'm probably one of the fastest receivers out.
One of, I like it.
Him and Landon Grimes are the fastest.
That's great. And you guys ever race just to see, who can brag this week? Or
Me and him, we play track together, but we don't really, talk about that.
Right. It's not that type of competition.
Yeah. Just catch the ball.
Catch the ball. That's
yes,
right.
Sir.
And score. As you look at the off season, you guys you are doing work through the summer. You're doing conditioning. You're doing weightlifting. Do receivers do a lot of weightlifting?
All the time. I mean, whatever they doing or we doing it as a group. So, Coach Bell, all our coaches, they put us through the hardest workouts. Prepare us mentally and physically.
Coach, as we come into October, I know through September, LHSAA has that mandatory water timeout, the 6 minute. Does that continue into October?
It's up to the referees. If it's hot, on a particular Friday night, they'll tell me in pregame that they're going to continue the water, the mandatory timeouts, but it can be taken off.
And I asked that question because of what Kel Marion just said about the off-season workouts and the conditioning, because you guys are running a speed offense now.
Yes, sir.
So if you're running a post route or a corner route and you're flying down the sideline, you got to get back and get in position in a hurry, and you're a little winded at times.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been preparing for this ever since the summer. So when the regular season started, it's just kind of easy now. Because we've been preparing for it for a long time, so it's kind of easy now when we get on the field. Even in games, in practice it's kind of hard, because we constantly doing it. But when the game starts, it's just kind of easy.
Second nature to
you.
you.
Second nature.
Yeah. So as you line up and you've got a defensive back or it's more of a safety going to be covering you, right? They're going to put a linebacker on you because you're too fast.
Well, Tioga made that mistake and took it for about 80 yards. That's how it works. We saw that it was a mismatch, in my opinion, and we put the ball in the air, and Kelmarian did the rest.
Love it. So do you have that communication with Carter when he looks out and sees who's on you, that he can see that mixed match?
All the time. That play from the Tioga when I scored the touchdown, I came on the sideline, I talked to Carter and I talked to Coach, just to, keep note of them keep bumping out, and, I see an outside linebacker on me, and I seen the mismatch, and Coach, he did a couple plays, run plays, and a couple little short routes, and then he was like, okay, it's time to go, and it was a big play then from there.
I love it. Well, that shows the intelligence that it takes on your players to be able to see these kinds of things. How do you communicate that? I mean, I don't give away any hand signals or anything, but, are you just in constant sideline communication?
Yeah, when we go on the sideline, we usually sit down and look at the the TV, and sometimes, I used to talk to my receiver coach, Coach Brown, and sometimes I come to Coach Bell, and, we talk, and we try to pitch ideas and stuff like that, so when we get on next series, we try to, perfect it.
Awesome.
Trust is built, in practice and in the weight room and in the off season, and Kelmarian and some of the other guys I trust them, and when they come to me with something, I may say no, okay, but because I have 30 years of experience,
right.
but most of the time they know what they're talking about.
That's amazing.
We'll go with it, and not everybody has that same level of trust, but if Kelmarian is seeing something that maybe I'm not, then it would be foolish to be prideful and
right.
to turn him away.
Well, we're excited to have you a part of Rebel Nation and look forward to the rest of this season with you, and then 2 more after that, Lord willing. I want to keep you healthy and all.
Sir.
One of the questions we always ask our interviewees as they come sit down next to the coach is we're looking for a funny story. It could be about Coach Bell, or it could be about another coach, but Coach Bell has given you a pass. You can say anything you want to say about him. If you've got a funny story about Coach Bell from your time at the Rebels, that will give us a little insight into who is this man, Coach Bryant Bell.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Bell, he's funny. I try to keep my laughs in, when we go in the fast defense, sometimes we'll do a run play or we'll go against defense, and he'll jump up and down and try to give us a signal, and we'll go, go, go. So, Coach Bell, he always hopping around, kind of call signals and stuff like that. So that's probably funniest thing that I get from him all the time.
Well, and I know you got to appreciate the being empowered by him.
Yes,
you
sir.
got a smile on your face, Coach. Like that story?
I keep my exercise in this year too with our offense, because when they're running fast, I got to run fast with them. So,
that's exactly right.
I smile a lot because he's here with me. He's been loyal to me, and I know we're only beginning to see. This won't be the last time that Kilmarian Phillips is sitting here at this table, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
That's wonderful. We look forward to having you back on future shows this year and into the future. And I can sense that camaraderie. I can tell that you built that coach with your players. And so, Kilmarian, thank you for being here tonight.
I met him when he was in, I think in 6th grade, maybe at Pineville Elementary, and then through the junior high years, and now he's here with us. So, the pipeline's building. He's a major part of it. Everybody from Pineville Elementary to Pineville Junior High and now Pineville High School love him, and you can't fake that.
That's right.
And he's genuine, and he's deserving.
Well, we're excited to have you here. Look forward to more good things, and especially this Friday night. I hope I call your number early and often.
Yes, sir.
Kilmarian Phillips, everybody, the Player of the Week. Appreciate you stopping in, the Security Sporting Goods Player of the Week. We're going to take a break, come back in a couple of minutes, and talk to you about this Friday night's homecoming game right after this word from all of our commercial sponsors.
I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing. And baby.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
We welcome you back to Quebedeaux, where orders are being placed for the excellent food here. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but I see some nice food. I don't have the Quibicam running right now, or otherwise I'd put the camera over there on you guys. But excited to have everybody out here tonight for the Coach Bryant Bell Show, the Bryant Bell Show, coach of Pineville High School, who is bringing his 2-2 Rebels into homecoming this week. And homecoming is always a big deal. It's an opportunity for folks to come back from previous years. A lot of times the 10-year, 20-year, 30-year folks come in, but others as well like to come back, and all kinds of activities. So, Coach, how do you keep a team prepared during homecoming week and not be focused on the distractions of the parade and the homecoming dance and all that stuff?
Well, it's always a chore and it's always a task, but the best way to go about it is just embrace it. You know, I made a deal with them that, you know, I want them to experience everything of a homecoming week and everything it entails. But when we're there for that 2 hours or so in the afternoon, each day for practice, we need to be out of homecoming mode and into game mode, into business mode. And our players have done a really good job. We've had 3 good days this week. You know, I saw some of them sitting over there drinking sweet tea or Coke a minute ago, and I remembered it's Wednesday, so that's okay. You know, if it was a Thursday, that would be an issue. But I told them today, you know, we have our homecoming parade tomorrow, and I said don't go drink 48 ounces of Coke and eat a bunch of sweet tarts and walk 2 miles in that parade. And think you're gonna play good on Friday, but it's fun. I hope they embrace it. It's about making memories and but we also want to make a really good memory Friday night, so we have to put ourselves in that position as well.
Absolutely. So Friday night we'll be hosting the team from Red River, who first time we've seen them. They come into to us at the DC Bill Bates Stadium, 1-3 on the season. Let me get my right sheet in here. And this is a very fine 2A team, but
yes.
They actually beat St. Mary's a couple of weeks ago in a convincing fashion. So they're not a lay-down team. But what you want to make sure is if you're a 5A team playing a 2A, that nobody thinks, okay, well, we don't have to really show up.
That's a big, it's always been a big misconception. It doesn't matter the size of the school. You know, there's 11 people on the field per team at one time, and you have to get ready and go play.
Well, they lost to a team, Catholic, that was 4-0 on the season, so that's one of their losses, and another of their losses to a team that's 3-1. So again, even though they come in 1-3, they're not a slouch of a team at all.
Don't look at the record.
Right.
They're athletic. They have some athletes, and they have potential to score on any play.
So 7 o'clock at DC Bill Bates Stadium. We invite you to come out a little early. There'll be homecoming festivities. The homecoming court will be introduced, and it's just going to be a great night. You want to be there Friday night. Come out. Like I like to say, don't watch us at home. Come to DC Bill Bates, or as Randy James calls it, Sandy Canyon. Come on out and give some Rebel spirit there on Friday night. You can always go back and watch the game later and pick up your favorite clips or make your laugh at the announcer as Nathan makes another mistake. But come out Friday night, be at the game. That's the most important thing you can do to support your Rebels. I do want to talk a little bit, Coach, about the season that we have coming up. Just kind of looking at the schedule overall. I'm going to throw it up on the screen. We played against the Yellow Jackets. We opened up against the New Iberia Yellow Jackets, a difficult loss. Could have been a win. Did defeat Avoyelles Mustangs, went on to defeat Tioga, and then had that loss against Leesville last week. This week, the Bulldogs of Red River will come in, and then we open up district play against Neville, which, as I look down, they're ranked number 4 in the state right now. And then we go against Ash, which is ranked number 6 in the state right now. Then we go against West Monroe, which is ranked number 18. And then you go against Ruston, which is ranked number 2. So it's not an easy season, but it's definitely one that I think our guys are prepared for mentally and I think physically.
Yeah, we are. This is as prepared as we've been, but I can't imagine any district anywhere really in the United States of America being any better from top to bottom than this district. Something we're looking forward to, and we'll take each game week by week, have great game plans as coaches, and put our team in the best position to go win a ball game, each and every week.
Well, I got to tell you, you make it fun to watch from the press box as I see this NASCAR offense, for lack of a better term, the speed, hurry up, no huddle offense. Now, you did slow it down a little bit Friday because you wanted to make sure you got control back, but able to keep that ball going, and it demonstrates, I think, also the preparation that's been done in the offseason, because I can always tell in that fourth quarter when those defensive linemen coming up to the line, got the hands on their hips, and whatnot, you can tell there's some guys winded out there, and it's not our guys.
That's the goal. It's a painstaking process that people just don't see. You may come over the overpass by our practice field and game field and catch a peek here and there over the summer and spring and winter and but these guys really pay the price, and it's paying off in a lot of different ways for them right now.
Well, it absolutely is. Again, I have the standings for you for District 2, 5A. You have three teams that are 4-0, Alexander and Neville and Ruston, and then Ouachita 3-1, and we in West Monroe. And again, West Monroe's ranked in the top 20 in the state, also 2-2. And so, got some great competition coming up. But we want to make sure everybody comes out this week as we take on the Bulldogs of Red River. It's an important game because it will make sure that we go into conference play with a winning number, a district, three. We'd be 3-2 if we win this. I'm starting to stutter there. You want to take that win into it. You also want to win for all the fans that are coming out to, whether they graduated in 14 or 04 or 94 or 84 or hut hike, Randy. What year did you graduate? He said way back. 1876. Okay, 1877. I'll get it right. So come on out here, Randy James at DC Bill Bates Stadium. He'll get you in the right spirit on Friday night. And again, don't stay home. Even though we at 446 Sports want you to watch our broadcast, come on out and be a part of the excitement that is homecoming right there at DC Bill Bates Stadium. Coach, any final words for the folks that are watching us?
Just come out to a great environment tomorrow, Friday night. There's nothing better than a Friday night, football game here at Pineville. We have the best fans, the best support anywhere, literally anywhere, and come see us get a big win for our program.
You guys had to be proud of the fans that traveled last week to Leesville. I mean, y'all filled up that.
We are, and we've always had a good following, but we had an exceptionally good following last week, and that's a product of the product. That's a byproduct of the product that we put on the field.
Right.
And we're putting the highest quality product that we've put in a long time on the field. We're winning, and people are hungry for that. And at the end of the day, people will support a winner. So we're doing our part to hold up our end of the bargain, and we know that the community is ready to hold up theirs as well.
Very good. Coach Bryant Bell of your Pineville Rebels. Every Wednesday night we're here at 5:30. Come on out next week for that. Come out Friday night for the homecoming game at DC Bill Bates Stadium, and we look forward to bringing you another win this Friday night. So, Coach, go Rebels.
Go Rebels.
Thank you all. We'll see you Friday night at DC Bill Bates Stadium.